Hey guys, welcome back to IPINKIT. My name is Ingrid. For those who happen to be new to my channel, welcome. And if you didn't know, I'm actually vegan, but I have a bunch of food allergies. So I follow a gluten-free, soy-free, nut-free, chickpea-free, lentil-free, pea-free, and sesame-free diet just because of my allergies. However, eating the way that I do is actually considered anti-inflammatory, and I used to be bloated all of the time. And right now, I swear it's a bit crazy, I'm no longer bloated, and I feel like I want to share this with everyone for them to be able to understand that being bloated is actually not normal and you have to figure out what works for your body and what doesn't. So I really hope that if you have a bunch of food allergies just like I do, or if you happen to be bloated all of the time and you want to figure out which changes to make, then I really hope all these meals that I'm going to share in this video help you a lot. Let's start the morning by preparing some waffles. For that, I'm going to be using half a cup of waffle or pancake mix, a quarter cup of applesauce, and half a cup of oat milk. Food coloring is optional, but I want to make them pink, so I'm going to be adding some pink powder and then just mix it all well. Grab your waffle maker and grease it with your favorite oil. I'm using coconut oil. Then you can go ahead and add 2 spoons of your waffle mix. I honestly wanted to make it pretty and add edible flowers, but it turns out that it wasn't the best decision ever. So for the remaining ones, I ended up not adding flowers. I swear, every time I'm filming a what I eat in a day, I run out of whipped cream. So I was going to show you that I was going to use this oat base, but since I ran out of it, I ended up using the coconut whipped cream. Finally, I love to sprinkle some cinnamon sugar as well as adding some raspberries. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start my morning with these waffles. I honestly love the pink theme. That's probably one of my favorite things about Valentine's Day, that you get to do pretty food to take care of yourself. These are so good. And as you realize, the secret for me is usually just adding applesauce, because I feel like it makes them more spongy as well as very yummy, so the sweetener is very subtle. These are so good. You already saw my baking tray. You already know what we're doing. That famous TikTok pasta. I am going to make it vegan, gluten-free, soy-free, and nut-free. But first we're gonna start adding some of this garlic, so just peel off the skin of the garlic. Alright, now that I added the garlic cloves, it's time to add the cherry tomatoes. The superstar ingredient is going to be this vegan feta cheese by BioLife. Don't judge me, I had already started eating it, so I'm gonna use what I had left. Finally, I'll drizzle some olive oil and sprinkle parsley flakes. This dish, you're gonna bake it at 350 Fahrenheit degrees for 30 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna start cooking my pasta. For that, I'm going to add onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and a few drops of olive oil. You're gonna let this water boil, and once it boils, you can add your pasta. I'm using this one, and basically it has quinoa and brown rice flour, but you can use whichever you prefer. Just make sure to follow the cooking steps from your package. Honestly, this was my favorite part, just smashing those tomatoes and making the salsa. It smelled delicious, you guys. I could not explain how yummy this smell. Since I didn't have basil, I just went ahead and add some spinach, but if you have basil, use basil instead. Alright, so everyone's been bragging about this pasta. I needed to make a gluten-free vegan version, so let's see if it actually tastes good. It's super creamy. It kind of feels like you're eating a tomato cream with a little bit of vegan cheese. I'd recommend it. I think that it totally builds up the hype. It is so worth it. So this is gonna be my lunch, and I will see you for the next meal. I'm gonna prepare a tofu alternative for dinner. I call them pumpkin blocks. What you need is 1 cup of water, a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds powder. I'm using alguaste, or you can make your own powder. And finally, some salt. You're gonna blend this and then add your liquid into a pot. Cook and stir your mix until you bring it to boiling point. Then go ahead and add half a teaspoon of agar-agar powder and mix it all well for 1 more minute. Finally, just add it in a container and let it cool down for a few hours. If you want them to be very firm, I will place it in the refrigerator after an hour that your container has been cooling down at room temperature for 1 hour. It is time for some snacks, so I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a smoothie. I'm gonna add 1 banana, oat milk, a cup of my pumpkin protein powder. Sadly, this product has actually been discontinued. 1 scoop of moringa powder, 1 scoop of spirulina powder, chia seeds, strawberries, and more oat milk. Then I just blend it all well. This is super yummy and it helps me get through the rest of the day until I can finally have some dinner. I'm actually editing a video right now, but I got hungry, so I got some mango. I feel like I never show you my vitamins on camera, but then I take vitamin C, vitamin D, and also B12. This is honestly my first time trying these organic veggie wraps. I was very curious because when you literally flip it, it says that it's people who happen to have multiple food allergies. For those who are vegan, paleo, or vegetarian. The interesting part is that they're actually made out of zucchini, apples, flax seeds, coconut, turmeric, onion, and black salt, so I'm expecting it to have a very eggy flavor. I went ahead and shredded some carrots, diced some red onions, and now let me bring those pumpkin blocks. Isn't it crazy how much it resembles tofu? But this one is soy-free. I can't wait for all of you to make it. To prepare my roll, I went ahead and spreaded some smashed avocado. Then I added my pumpkin blocks. I added some shredded carrots, some diced onions, a little bit of kale, and I rolled it. I went ahead and did another one of these. To serve it, I added some cooked 3-color quinoa, as well as some coconut aminos. This is a nice alternative to soy sauce. I went ahead and tried it, and honestly, you cannot even taste the apples. It's crazy. It tastes delicious, but one thing I'm gonna say, I like it better with coconut aminos. I tried it on its own, and I just think it would taste a lot better with coconut aminos. You guys made it to the end of this video, and I'm extremely grateful for all of you. I really hope that you enjoyed the waffles in the morning, my protein shake, this vegan feta pasta. So the recipe actually went trending on TikTok, and I knew I had to try it, as well as the rolls. I love sharing a little bit more of these allergy-friendly products that I use, as well as what I eat. However, some of you might want to consume more calories than the ones that I do, and some might want to eat less. You have to do whatever works for your body. As I mentioned in previous videos, I do more of like intuitive eating, and I have fixed my relationship with food, so I eat as much as I want, as much as my body will accept, but I want to make sure that I have enough energy to continue to do every single thing that I want to do throughout the day. Thank you guys for being here. If you're new to IPINKIT and you haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead and subscribe. All you need to do is click this red button down your screen, hit that bell once if you want to receive I was like, let's do this again. Hit that bell once if you want to receive a notification every time I upload a video. And if you actually want to find other recipes, then I have a few playlists for breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, what I eat in a day, as well as my story if you want to learn a bit more on how I heal myself. But I really hope you enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see you next week for a brand new video. Bye guys!